midterm elections get closer and closer, we want our viewers all over the country to know where unborn babies are most at risk. One of the hardest battles will take place in California. Proposition 1 would add an explicit right to abortion in the California Constitution. This is wildly unnecessary due to the state's already very liberal abortion laws. After introducing the amendment, the legislature signed yet another pro-abortion bill for the sole purpose of moving it to the top of the ticket, making it the first motion Californians see when they arrive at their polling place. There is no specific fiscal language in the amendment, but it leaves no ceiling on the amount of money that can be spent on killing innocents. Projections show that the California legislature wants an additional $20 million to spend on abortions in the years to come. Joining me now is someone who is very knowledgeable about just how dangerous this amendment is, Archbishop Salvatore Cordileone of the Archdiocese of San Francisco. Your Excellency, thank you so much for joining me. It's an honor to welcome you back to Pro-Life Weekly. Just when you think Governor Newsom can't think of another way to expand abortion in his state, you turn around and he has. As perhaps the most prominent Catholic leader in California, what's your response to the recent actions of him and other pro-abortion politicians in the legislature?
This is certainly very alarming. Actually, the legislature has passed about 20 abortion expanding bills, if you can believe that, even in California expanding it. Proposition 1, this is a ballot initiative that the legislature passed, and then Governor Newsom signed. So it will be to amend the state constitution. So that such an initiative can begin with the legislature, but requires a simple majority vote of the people. This would amend the Constitution of the state of California to enshrine in the Constitution the right to what they call reproductive freedom, which can mean all kinds of things, but certainly would include abortion all 9 months right up to the moment of birth. Right now, even in California, there is some kind of restriction on late-term abortion of only in the case of the life and health of the mother, of course, depending on how that's interpreted. So we're all very alarmed about this. All of us are Catholic leaders in the state. So we're trying to educate our people on how dangerous this is. The majority of Californians do not favor late-term abortion, even in this state, and they also do not favor the state using taxpayer funds to pay for abortions, let alone bringing women from other states here, all expenses paid in order to have their abortion. So our people need to be educated as to what this bill really does.
Yes, that's beautiful. Prayer is our most powerful weapon. Let's just talk a little bit more about the specifics of what Proposition 1 would do. Those who oppose the amendment say that it's, quote, extreme, expensive, and unnecessary. So what are your primary concerns with the proposal, particularly how expensive it's going to be?
Yes, it will be very expensive if we're paying for abortion. We're paying for women to come from other states. Basically, we're talking an all-expense paid California abortion vacation. They'll pay for the transportation, for the lodging, for the child care if she has other children that she's bringing with her, meals, lodging, all expenses paid. So this can be very expensive. And there are people who favor keeping abortion legal who are opposed to this proposition because they see how extreme and unnecessary it is and foresee that this will be tied up in the courts. So it's truly unnecessary. California already has, as I mentioned, very liberal open access abortion laws. So we're afraid of expanding it even into late term. We're concerned that California, the governor has said it's to become an abortion sanctuary, which is kind of an abuse of the word. A sanctuary is meant a place to protect life, not to take life.
Yes.
And also that it would become a specialty state for late-term abortions, since most people don't like them and they're hard to find, that they'll set up clinics specializing in late-term abortions and bringing women here for that. And that's just one part of it. Like I said, it speaks of reproductive freedom, so that can include all kinds of things, surrogacy, and any kind of expansion of what one wills in that whole realm of life. So it's a very dangerous bill.
Yes, indeed. And just one final question, Your Excellency. You know, you have become a national leader when it comes to standing up as a Catholic against these policies that go against our faith. I just wonder what your message is to Catholics across the country, whether you're in a pro-life state or pro-abortion state, in terms of really having the courage to speak up and speak the truth.
I like to say often and as often as I can how proud I am of my fellow Catholics and other believers as well who run these crisis pregnancy clinics for women in a period of distress. That shows that we are truly pro-life. The other side wants to say that we're pro-birth, but we don't care about the women. But the opposite is true. It's our people that are providing women the real options, giving her information about what's going on inside of her, linking her to the resources she needs, giving her all the love and support she needs to be able to make a choice for life. The other side doesn't care about that. It's more and more obvious. All the other side cares about is abortion. Otherwise, how can there be attacks on crisis pregnancy clinics? There's the vandalism that goes unreported or unnoticed, unaddressed, but there's also the moral attacks, them being criticized and alarm bells sounding because they're crisis pregnancy clinics. So this is very heinous. So I want our fellow Catholics to know how proud we should be of our fellow believers who are truly surrounding women with love and care and support, and to please be involved in that as a volunteer, as a benefactor, everything we need to do to keep these crisis pregnancy clinics operating so women can have real choice and women can be supported with love and care and all the resources they need.
Yes, amen. Well, again, we are so grateful for your strong leadership, and everybody at Pro-Life Weekly has you in our prayers. Archbishop Salvatore Cordileone, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.